Hey, scribes. All right, hopefully I wrote that correctly. Sometimes when you're moving too fast, you never know. All right. Hey, scribes. It's your girl, T.I. Smart Young, editor, book coach, writing consultant. And you know what today is. Today is Wednesday, so we're getting into this episode of Q&A Wednesday. And so in the comment box, let me wave at a few of you. What's up? In the comment box, I pinned a comment that says, DM the word expert for the link to attend the From Expert to Author training. That's going to be the virtual session on July 23rd. And if you're in New York City, maybe Tri-State, Jersey, Connecticut, and you want to come hang out for the From Expert to Author training in Brooklyn, DM the word NYC, and I will send, either way, I'm going to send you the link, right? And you're going to get the link for the virtual session, and you're going to get the link for the session here in Brooklyn. Okay, so you got that. And for those of you who are new here and want to know what From Expert to Author is, it is the master plan to take your book idea from being basic and so-so to best-selling. Okay, and I mentioned that you have two options. I pinned them here. One is going to be on the virtual, is on July 23rd at 3 p.m. on Zoom. The second one is going to be in person in August, on August 12th at 12:30 p.m. So if you want to get all of this goodness up close and personal, printed workbooks, a little bit of refreshments, and you're in this area, then you need to come on through, pull up. All right, so if you are watching this live, you have the information. If you are watching this on the replay gang, which most of you are, or most of you will be doing, definitely slide in my DMs. Same thing, I'm going to drop you the link. All right, now on to today's question. So today's question comes from a crisis management corporate professional who is short on time and wants specifics on From Expert to Author. Like, when I read this question, I was like, okay, this is giving, I've been to 100 of these fluffy webinars, so give me something useful. Do not waste my time. Let me make sure I put on Do Not Disturb. Do not waste my time because I got things to do. So I got you. So let me get to what we're going to cover in From Expert to Author. And just so you know, From Expert to Author is for a person who is a coach, consultant, corporate professional, thought leader, entrepreneur. You have a story that you want to tell in terms of maybe it's sharing your experience or your expertise. You're going to teach someone how to do something, right? And so that means that From Expert to Author is you. You're going to learn how to tell the best story possible and then sell the best story possible. So as I mentioned, we are going to skip all the fluff. So the training session is broken down like this. And this is for the person who asked the question, like, what are we going to learn? Who all going to be there? All right. So first things first, we got to get to the mindset. And I got to get all up in your mindset because it's time to put the mind trash. Like, we got to put it in a hefty bag. We got to put it on the curb. We got to let sanitation come and get it. And if you are like me, like when I first got into starting to invest in coaching programs and even just paid webinars and paid masterclasses, a lot of times I would think, why do they always start with the mindset? Why do I have to get to the mindset? Can't they just give me the tools, the tricks, the strategies, the hacks, the templates? Give me the stuff. I used to be like that until I realized that if you got all this mind trash, whether you've deposited it there yourself or if you allowed someone to dump mind trash on you, then me giving you the tips, the tools, the strategies, the templates, it doesn't matter because you'll have those things, but you won't be able to use them and access them because you have not cleared away the clutter. You have not cleared away the mind trash. You didn't let sanitation come on Tuesday and pick up the trash, right? So don't sit there and say, well, just give me the coach play, run the play, coach. No, you need to get what's blocking you out of the way first. And we're going to do that. And we're going to do it in a really cool way too. All right, we're going to address some of that self-sabotage that is standing in the way, some of those fears that are standing in the way before we can get to your self-improvement. So after we clear that mind trash, What we're going to do next is you're going to learn my STEP method. So it's STEP, the STEP method. And this is the method that I use one-on-one and with my group coaching clients. And it's a 4-part framework that shows you what to include in your book. Because a lot of times what we like to do, whether we are writing a book that breaks down our expertise, let's say you are a speaker coach and you want to teach people in your book how to go about speaking to get corporate contracts. A lot of times you think it's just like this laundry list of everything that you've ever learned and ever maybe taught someone in a one-on-one situation or or in a group situation with your clients. And it is absolutely, that's not the case. There are certain things that you need to include in your story and certain things that you don't. And then sometimes too, if you're, let's say you're writing a memoir with a message, a lot of times you feel like you gotta include everything from first grade all the way up to the time you got married, and that is just not the case. We don't have that kind of time. Okay, it's way more nuanced. So what I do in my STEP method is I teach you how to marry story with strategy so that you're telling the best story, so that people stay with you from the introduction, the book's introduction, to the book's epilogue. Now, one of the biggest things that you are going to learn during From Expert to Author, which is going down virtual July 23rd and live August 12th, you're going to learn the winning workshops method, because books do not sell themselves, right? And it's one thing to sell just a book to your roommate that now lives in Florida, and it's quite another to sell like 100 to a nonprofit organization or a church organization or your college alumni, right? Or like a corporate group. It's way more lucrative to sell the books in bulk. And so it's also better for you to be able to have your message being heard by more than one person, right? So we love when our family and our friends support us, and we need that, and that's the basis for us for, like, you know, starting anything. We need that feedback from family and friends, but we also need to be able to sell these items in bulk. We need to be able to get the bigger return on our investment, right? Thank you for throwing the hearts, because I was just about to say, throw some hearts on the timeline if you want to sell 100 books, if you want to sell 200 books, right? If you want to sell books regularly, because we need the math, and we need those dollars to make some sense. So one of the other things we're going to be doing is we're going to do the Sell with Story audit. So now this is only for people who have invested in the VIP ticket. The VIP ticket is a small investment of $47. So the general admission is $7 for virtual, and for VIP ticket, it is $47. If you attend August 12th in Brooklyn, everyone's ticket is $47 and everyone is a VIP, right? So virtually, the VIP ticket folks, they will be able to sit in a hot seat, and we will go through the fatal flaws with your book, the idea, or maybe the fatal flaws with your story outline, depending on what you have. Some of you may only have ideas. Some of you may be coming to this with an actual fleshed out outline. Some of you may just have the first 5 chapters for your outline. Either way, when you're in this hot seat and you learn in the Sell with Story part of the training, you're going to learn how to view your story through a strategic lens, so that you're actually writing a story that can sell. And so the Sell with Story audit, STORY, is an acronym that you're going to also learn inside of the training. Acronyms just make it real easy for me to teach, right? Okay. So the last, Yes, the last part of the From Expert to Author training is the first person panel. And here you're going to hear from my clients, a few clients who've successfully written and published their books. So during the last From Expert to Author training, Dr. Gretchen Hawley, she popped up. Let me see, do I have her book? Oh, yes. Let me just grab it real quick. Okay. So I have Dr. Gretchen Hawley's book right here. This book right here, I'm so proud of her. This book is called The Missing Link, The Essential Guide to Improve Walking, Strength, and Balance for People with Multiple Sclerosis by Dr. Gretchen Hawley. And so last From Expert to Author training, she popped up to talk to us about what she's doing with her book, why she decided to go from expert to author. Why did she decide to write this book in the first place? Who this book is going to help, and all the things that she's going to do with now that this book is part of her product, her suite of services. She has a podcast, she has an app, she has an MS group. So there's an entire community that she supports. And now for people who maybe want to join her community, this can be a point of entry for them, right? And the book is $20. So this is an affordable point of entry. And it is, I love what she did here is that she has actually broken down the exercises. So it's not just about learning how to do exercises. It's not like you tell someone who has MS, oh, go run on the Peloton. She's like, no, there are specific exercises that you need to do when you have MS, and she breaks them down inside of the book. So you'll definitely meet more people like Dr. Gretchen Hawley. And the reason why I'm super proud of her too is like she's number 1 in 3 categories on Amazon, and she has like 70 plus reviews, glowing reviews, talking about how this book is helping people. So that's what we'll cover. You'll get to meet 2 more of my clients inside of From Expert to Author, and they'll talk about what they're doing with their books, what the experience was like working with me. When you work with me one-on-one, you work with me for 6 months. When you work with me in group, you also work with me in 6 months. I also have some other smaller containers, like 3 months and a month container as well. And we can talk about all that inside of From Expert to Author. So let me just see if there are any questions here about... Hey fam, what's up, Nick? Hey Savage Genius. Let me just hit them. All right, let me see. If you have any questions about From Expert to Author, do me a favor and drop them here. And if you don't, I am going to get on the train because I have a workshop today, which is one of the things we'll be talking about inside of From Expert to Author. So just a quick reminder, you have 2 ways to attend From Expert to Author. First, Sunday, July 23rd at 3 p.m. We're going to meet on Zoom. You're going to get this training. And it is not just me talking at you. It is going to be very interactive. So you're going to be expected to flesh out your idea. You're going to be expected to ask questions, especially if you're in the hot seat and I'm giving you feedback. I want you to be able to ask questions and say, okay, well, I don't understand, or what do I need to do, or how do I make this idea better? And if you're in the New York City or tri-state area, I want you to come to From Expert to Author in Brooklyn on August 12th. And everyone who purchases a ticket for that, it's $47. You will have an opportunity to sit in the hot seat and complete the Sell with Story activity. Okay? So if there aren't any questions, I'm about to jump on the train. I need to leave the planet of Brooklyn and head on over to my workshop. And that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next live. And in the meantime, don't be afraid to step into your story. Take care.